action. It is the rookie Ryan Fitzgerald who gets this started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Williams. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to be taken down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
A 59-yard attempt.
Little's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the 2nd-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. It certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 25 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Penix now off the bootleg. He's got his tight end, Cotoriano. Here comes 2nd and 4.
To Tegan Cotoriano. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw, it's Penix. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Falcons. intercepted. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons move out to a 7-3 lead.
Vikings 3.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the second time. So, Greg, the home opener after winning on the road, I know you've said it a bunch, there's a different satisfaction for a team to go on the road and get a win. So it's got to feel good to start your home season 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves to play week one at home. Your fans are into it. The hope and the optimism of the season is at an all-time high, but it doesn't always go that way. So they go on the road and they get a win. So now expectations coming back to your home field, your home crowd. Now everyone's really juiced up. So this is going to be a great environment, a great week 2 opportunity for them to not only start 2-0, but to get to 1-0 at home.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Falcons offense ready for their second possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today? All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gains.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
Another run here for Robinson. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Take him down right at
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
In motion comes Walker. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. Asante Samuel up from the quarter spot to make the stop. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. From the gun, here is Penix. He's got it! And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 31 yards.
And they decide to bring pressure here on third down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and
to the goal line and in. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta. That his second TD catch of the season. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Falcons extend their advantage to 14-3. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been because of the proximity, a fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
Yeah, I think going into the season, I'd make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson. They continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record if they just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams, and that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top 3 for the last couple years, but if Chicago and that roster, if that's your 4th best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the length of the franchises, but when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the anticipation of those matches.
Yeah, and every one of these franchises has significant history for a lot of different reasons. They have Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches. Some of the most iconic individuals in the history of the league have played for these 4 organizations over the last 50-plus years. So there's so much into it, more than just the matchup on the field in that moment, and you can feel it with how much the fan bases rally behind their team.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another Vikings first down.
Back to the air one more time. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 21-yard line.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Off he goes. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
16 yards. And the Vikings first down.
2 minutes remain here in this first half.
4-yard line.
We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Vikings. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Vikings are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Vikings 10.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Devin Tompkins on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division, yet people overlook it at times, and maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike, you think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady, and then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, and New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees, and Carolina, we played in the Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets, new coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering and taking advantage of their rebuild and their next era in the midst of a down division. So, big reason they've won 4 in a row. Can Atlanta, can Carolina, New Orleans, can they catch up? Because right now, like you said, Tampa Bay has been the dominant team in this division.
Greg, you lived it, you know it. While these may not be the biggest markets in the league, the rivalries amongst these teams really elevates what you see when you watch the NFC South go head-to-head, too.
Yeah, and over the years, there's been some major games played between Hall of Fame quarterbacks in uniform for all these teams. So it has a lot more history and a lot more, kind of relevance than maybe it feels as of late. The markets are a little smaller. The teams have been down. They might not have the premier star players that they had in past generations. So they've got to continue to rebuild these rosters, continue to have these new coaches find their footing, and we might be a year or two away from the NFC South getting back to what it used to be.
Now the Falcons will use their third final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
17. Touchdown, Atlanta.
We spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Falcons are out to a 21-10 lead.
Vikings 10.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He connects with Jordan Addison. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Vikings first down.
He'll look to throw. Get this complete. It's Addison again. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. And this was the old NFL record spot, a 63-yard attempt. That one's on target, and it is good! From the other side of midfield, one of the longest field goals in NFL history.
Okay, Mike, thanks.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Raheem Morris there, Falcons head coach. His team ready for their next possession. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
Yeah, you know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. And Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, I think you look at Ashton Jeanty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league...
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets, Rams and Jags. They'll also play in London week 6 and 7. The Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key third downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
Tompkins to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, It's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And the Vikings first down.
They run over center with Williams. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Jalen Walker there to make the play.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 27.
He'll drop to throw. He'll step up and run. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
They'll go with Williams. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The ball carried by number
3rd
38.
and 6.
He was brought down by J.D. Bertrand. The tackle made back at his own 40.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw taken in. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now it's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 39.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
8-yard attempt.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down. They run over center with Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Falcon first down.
12 yards. and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing is Penix. This one brought by Tompkins. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll try to run for it. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
19 yards. And the Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's Williams. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The Falcons offense ready to take over once again. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the defense. But burning that timeout early really comes back to cost them now. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. That's a 2nd charge and timeout for Minnesota. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Give left side. Here comes Robinson. Oh, big hole left side. And he will go all the way. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a 2-possession game here late.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. He'll step up and run this. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still one timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. Here's 2nd down. That one is caught. It's Hudson. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
And the Vikings.
They'll look to throw yet again. It's to the left side and taken in by Downs. Here's 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Here's the spike, and that stops the clock with 25 seconds to go. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll look to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
These are the situations where, as an offense, you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted. But let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big 4th down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory.